So it's a great honor to speak on behalf of Tony Lake and Margaret Chan. So this is his message, not mine. He thanks Jane, he thanks Kathy and the UN Foundation for so rightly honoring a group of heroes, the polio workers. He says that he has often disagreed about stories about the leaders of the movement to eradicate polio, the ones that were mentioned, and we all know how crucial they have been. The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, WHO, CDC, Rotary, and UNICEF. All deserve credit, but they're not really the leaders of this effort. We are all supporters of the tens of thousands of polio workers who are leading our efforts on the front lines of this fight. I don't use the word hero lightly. That's what they are. Thanks to their efforts, the number of polio-endemic countries has dropped from 125 in 1988 to just 3 this year. The number of cases from 350,000 in 88 to just 223 in 2012. The polio workers walk the long and dangerous miles into the most disadvantaged communities, conflict-torn corners, remote hillside villages, and neighborhoods cut off by floods to find the children. They work unrelentingly, often at great personal risk. Too often, they've suffered losses, giving their lives so that children may be spared the cruelty of a disease that cripples and kills. What could be more heroic than risking your life so that the innocent may walk and live? Aisha is a volunteer community mobilizer in Nigeria, responsible for 220 households. She knows the vaccination status of every pregnant woman, every birth, and the name of every child under 5. Why? It is her job, and it is her personal mission. Her 6-year-old daughter, Mariam, contracted polio. Mariam was missed when polio vaccinators did not know Mariam by name, nor how many children lived in her household. If they had, she would have received the vaccine and she would not have been crippled today. Aisha will not let other children in her community suffer this fate. Rahila is a polio social mobilizer from Kandahar. 3 days before the vaccination campaign starts, she dot marks each door with chalk to show how many children live in each place. But suspicious of vaccinations, some families don't allow her in. Some communities don't like women working outside their home. But Rahila braves these risks to make her community stronger. She knows that every child, everywhere, has the right to be protected from polio. The whole world will pay the price if we don't defeat polio, and defeat it now. You know, recent outbreaks in the Horn of Africa and the Middle East make the point. They require an expensive, large-scale response. We're making that response urgently. It's a reminder of how vital it is that we eradicate polio in the last remaining bases from which it still strikes: Nigeria, Pakistan, and Afghanistan. And Aisha and Rahila won't stop until polio is stopped. And it can be, in January coming, India will have been polio-free for 3 years. This is an extraordinary accomplishment. So, to accept the award tonight, please join me in welcoming the permanent representatives of India, Afghanistan, Pakistan, and Nigeria to the stage. Their government's leadership inspires us and is bringing closer the day of a polio-free world. Oh, I'm falling now. In addition, I'm also honored to welcome to the stage one of our heroes, a woman whose work on the front line of polio eradication represents the dedication of aid workers around the world. Mrs. Martha Dodre is a nurse from Bihar State, India. Since 2006, Martha has walked hundreds of miles, traveled by boat, and risked her life by wading through floodwaters up to her neck to deliver the polio vaccine. Nothing stands in her way. I hope her dedication to the children will inspire you in our common cause as much as it does me. Please welcome Martha Dodre, to whom we give this honor on behalf of all frontline polio workers everywhere.